Hey guys, it's Dijon here from Purpose Nation. I got Oliver and Sebastian Moy from the North Star Boys, and yeah, for episode 7 of the Finding Your Purpose podcast. Oliver and Sebastian, do you guys mind just introducing yourselves real quick?
Yeah. What's up? Oliver Moy here. I'm the lead singer of NSB and leader of North Star Boys. I'm here with my brother, Sebastian Moy. What's up, everyone? My name is Sebastian Moy. Oliver and I, we're the founders of North Star Boys.
Yes,
And
sir.
we're also really excited to be here. Thanks so much, Dijon, for having us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like just like Sebastian and Oliver, they both have like an amazing story, and just like their audience and presence online, it's like super huge. So yeah, like this is gonna be a great like just like little episode, and yeah, it's gonna be lots of gold nuggets in here. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So I guess like let's start off with like where did you guys like grow up at? Like where did it all begin? Could you guys like walk me through like your childhood?
That's actually really exciting to answer because currently we live in Los Angeles with the North Star Boys, but we grew up here in Florida, more specifically Ocala. And I say that it's a really exciting question to answer because we are back in Florida currently. We're currently in Orlando. So it's really nice to spend some time back in the home state. How you feel, Sebastian, to be back? It feels great to be back. It's just amazing. It's very nostalgic to be here. And we just love it here. This is our hometown. So it's great.
Oh yeah, I love it. And I know like Florida, Cali beaches. Which one's better? Just like
Tough one. We love them both. I would say, there's pros and cons to both of them. Florida, it's just nostalgic, like Sebastian said. But I really dig Malibu Beach. I love that beach. It's nice.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful place. I have to, just go back. I'm right here in Utah, so yeah, like California, like, especially Florida. Destin has my heart. That's where I grew up at. So good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. And as far as like I guess like growing up, like what did you guys do in like your free time? Like hobbies?
Yeah, so we actually grew up homeschooled. We didn't have a lot of social skills growing up because we didn't take the approach of your normal kid. We didn't do public school. We grew up homeschooled, and it was we think it's a blessing because it enabled us to be able to be passionate and learn about things outside of your typical subject. So it was really good, and we learned entrepreneurship at a very early age. So that was very helpful as well. And so that was pretty much to sum up our childhood. I played a little bit of basketball just in our backyard, and we filmed a lot of videos with our older brother Alex. We did like special effects videos, like lightsabers and stuff like that. And
Nice.
that's like how we learned our early stages of content creation and how all the editing programs work, how to work your camera, all that good stuff. So yeah, we learned all this stuff at very early ages. So it was very nice. Two fun facts about our really quickly, 2 fun facts about our childhood actually. We grew up playing chess. Oh yeah.
Nice.
And that's one thing that we were able to take with us even nowadays, me being 21 years old and Sebastian being 19 years old. We play chess all the time still. And another fun fact is that before getting into music writing and song creation and producing and all that, I actually found a small little sparking passion for poetry at age of 10. And that's what got me into songwriting nowadays. So we're really grateful for our mom and dad for raising us the way they did, because we're able to focus a lot of our attention and time on crafts that I would say, being in public school, we may not have enough time to be focusing on those crafts.
That's why I love asking that question, because like it's crazy because like, I too was homeschooled as well, and that's how I got into like YouTube, like in middle school. But like I love asking that question because like if you look at our people at like like right now, like today, if you look at their childhood, like that's like a sum, like we're at today because like the sum like results of actions we did like back in our past. So that's really cool as far as like how like all those skills and just like hobbies and things you guys did growing up, how it's like just like play like a big like key role as far as like where you guys got into today. And I heard Oliver, was that right, Oliver?
Correct, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Sebastian. My fault. I got you guys mixed up there for a second. You mentioned something about like entrepreneurship. Could you like dive a little bit deeper into that about like you got like a little like your feet in the water?
Yeah.
As far as that.
So at very early ages, we just saw our family build some companies from the ground up, production companies and whatnot, and it just taught us a lot about the ins and outs of business and how it works and sales and all that good stuff. So I think we're very fortunate to be able to learn that at an early age. I think it can take in a lot of key components and of education in this kind of field. So we learned that at an early age, and it taught us, just the basic skills of how we can start our own stuff, which eventually we got into.
Mhm. I love it. So like what got you guys like started as far as like just like posting content like online, like seriously? Could you walk me through that?
Yeah, so we started social media. Sebastian and I, we started together about 6 years ago. And before that, so we were actually not allowed to have social media.
Mm.
So growing up homeschooled, we had our fair share of being sheltered, away from the real world out there. But one year, our mom allowed us to download Instagram. And for Sebastian, he has a little bit, he's a quirky little story for how he started his Instagram page. And it ties into, entrepreneurship and the business side of us. But I started off on Instagram posting photography photos, actually.
Mm.
My little niche was posting sky photos. And then
Nice.
that's what got me into photography and videography. And then sooner or later, I started posting about myself and sharing the world to the big 12 followers I had at the time.
We love
The
it.
things that Oliver Moy enjoyed doing.
Mhm.
I started posting about YouTube videos on the things that I enjoy on a daily basis, whether or not it's chess or it's business with my brother Sebastian. But Sebastian, go ahead and share how you started your Instagram page.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting going into social media, especially when you don't have any friends, because social media is usually, that place you go to connect with people. But when I first started social media, I didn't really have anyone to connect with. So the only people that I were looking up to was, influencers and social media stars, YouTubers and celebrities alike. So that's kind of like the niche that we initially took with social media. So we didn't really go that, your typical route that people first download Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook and just
Yeah.
talk to their friends, stuff like that. I just went straight to video creation and photo creation. So sharing our life. And we were inspired by a lot of people on Musical.ly as well. I'm sure you might be familiar with that app.
Oh yeah, Vine, yeah, all that, yeah.
We did all the 9 yards. We made the videos,
Yeah.
did a lot of live streaming, and it just kind of opened up our eyes to a lot of people started following us, and then we're like, wow, I considered my followers and my fans to be my biggest interest. They're like my best friends almost, so every day whenever I did a live stream, I talked to them, and they were like the people that was there for me. So that's why I have a deep place. They have a deep place in my heart.
Actually, something that's really cool that I would say none of our fans and none of our supporters even know about this, because this was before even everything Sebastian explained. But one thing I found that was really cool about Sebastian when we first started social media, and something that I even looked up to as an older brother, is that Sebastian, he had this little brand for himself called Sebastian Knows. And
Nice.
a lot of business people such as Grant Cardone. And it was really cool to see Sebastian at like 14 years old, kind of, take business into interest.
Mhm.
And that's something that I always thought that was cool. And nowadays, Sebastian and I, we run 7 businesses right now. And
Wow.
yeah, and we're very happy to, and I would call it a blessing, even though at times it could be stressful, obviously. It's something that's we enjoy doing, and we would not trade what we do for anything else in this world.
Mhm. Yeah, like when you're definitely like just like doing like something you like truly like have a passion for, and not only that, but Sebastian, he was talking about like how like like the impact of the community. We're gonna tap into that a little bit later, but like just like all that stuff combined, like sometimes you just hate sleeping at night, just because you just want to go out, just like
Oh
just
yeah.
keep posting more content or whatever, and just like making an impact in the world. So I love it. So was it Musical.ly, correct, where you guys first got started? As far as
Did.
like, could you walk me through like I guess like when as you're like building that initial like fan base, like what was the time frame as far as like, I don't know, the first 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000? Could you walk me through that?
Yeah. What was it? 2018? I think it was
2017.
2017, 2018. I think it was those years. when we were starting to catch a little flame and catch a little spark on social media. And I remember hitting my first 100,000 followers on Musically. It was a very big accomplishment for me, but
Mhm.
it felt like only a start. I was
Mhm.
never, it was never like a final goal that I had. I had a lot of goals written down, and whenever I hit them, I create a new goal. So it was always like I always want to become better. I always want to achieve more. But it's amazing to see, like you said, the community that we were building around us. And even at an early age, we didn't. I suppose I didn't get the full grasp of what it was, but it's really amazing to see it come to life now.
Yeah, and also speaking about goals as well, one thing that I want to share with everyone who may be watching this podcast and has an interest for social media creation and content creation and becoming an influencer or even a business person themselves is when you're starting something such as social media, structure and discipline is so important. And that's one thing that we're able to learn from our mother growing up at an early age. So when we first started Musically, even as something as simple as Musically, we had a very hour to hour schedule when it comes to our day-to-day life. I would wake up at 7:30 a.m. and go live at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. And we'll do 2 hour increments on our live streams. We would each go live for 8 hours a day. And
Wow.
so it totals into 16 hours. So when I'm live streaming, Sebastian's making content for Musically and taking photos for his Instagram page. And when I would end my live stream, that's when Sebastian's live stream would start. And then we stuck by that kind of formula for 2 years, every single day, including Thanksgiving and Christmas. Our mom hated us for going live on those, but it's something that we just love to do, and it was in our blood. After a while, it became a routine for us.
Mhm.
So I would say that to anyone who's watching this, if you guys are interested in starting something of your own, and I would say this goes beyond social media as well, structure, discipline, it takes you such a far way.
Mhm. It's funny because like every like last week I was interviewing a TikToker. She had like 4 million followers, and it's crazy because like everyone that's like have like a big following on like social media, they're like she was posting like she did like reactions 15 videos a day for 2 years straight, just insane, like this just insane, like discipline, structure, and more importantly passion and community, when you add all that together, I think that's like the big recipe for success. So that's cool that you guys had like your mom to look up to as far as that, and you're able to just kind of have that as like a foundation as far as like just like getting to you guys to where you're at right now. So I guess that brings me to my question as far as like what's like how was like the North Star Boys like made? Could you like tell me like the story behind that?
Yeah. So it came from a dream that I had one night. We've always been very fond of K-pop groups and C-pop groups and boy groups alike. And just a random dream one night, and it was starting an Asian American group because there weren't any at the time, and I don't believe there are many now either. So it was the first of its kind. So I came to Oliver, of course, and told him about the idea, and it was very ambitious. We had to build a plan. We had to put together the pitch deck, find the investors, put together the team. We had to find, the group to be involved with it, and many other partners. And it was amazing to see this project come together because there was a lot of instances in this journey where something shouldn't have worked, but it did.
Mhm.
So it is amazing to see like everything just come together. And there's a lot of miracles that I would say, and that brought us here now. And this is only the start of it. So we're
Mhm.
very, very excited to see where the future is going to take us. And we have a lot of really cool things that we're working on. But that was kind of like the start of the North Star Boys project.
I didn't realize how much like logistics went into it, like on the back end, as far as like the startup, as far as like getting partners, like what I guess like what was the role of those uh I guess like those partners. Could you dive deeper into that there?
So we were talking to a couple potential partners for North Star Boys because, of course, anyone could think that they could do everything themselves. But one thing that's Sebastian and I have learned throughout the years is that when you work with like-minded people focusing on the same goal, number one, it's a lot more fun to, work on that project together. But it's it's more effective, when you have other brains that is passionate of the same thing coming together, bringing ideas to the table. You see the flame grow a lot faster. And we're talking to some business people that we were able to, get in contact with throughout the years. And we kept running to the same answer. It was just wait, put some more thought into it, come back with a better pitch deck and stuff like that. And then I met Tyler in Los Angeles, and Tyler was one of the first partners we had for North Star Boys. And I can never forget this. Tyler, he's also well known for Manager Ty. He is the manager for North Star Boys. I can never forget this, but I came up to him and I presented him the pitch deck, and I was telling him the idea of North Star Boys and how we're going to call our fans and supporters stars, and what North Star even means to North Star Boys, our mission statement, our vision, and everything. And Tyler just grabbed my arm and said, "Where do we start?" I wasn't even
I love
it. I was like trying to flip through these pages really quickly, and he was like, "Oliver, like, where do we go? Are we going to go to Los Angeles? Are we going to go to Texas? Where are we staying at?" I looked at him and I was like, and it's like that moment, you just feel like this is the person I want to work with. It's someone who is as passionate into the project, someone who, loves the idea of North Star just as much as us. And from there, we just started North Star Boys, and we are here now, a year and almost a month into the project now.
Hey, happy first anniversary. Wasn't too wasn't too long ago, but I love how like you guys are just like super persistent, and not only that, but also had like you had the vision, and like I've had like kind of like my delusional dreams too. You guys had your dream as well, and like it may seem like unrealistic for other people, but when you find that right person that's like a good fit, someone that like kind of like is on the same page as you, they see your vision as well, and they can help you get there. Like you could do just like amazing things. How long did it take you to find Tyra? Like how many people did you have to like partners you had to go through as far as like interviewing process? Like how long was that?
Yeah, we were meeting people as we were kind of creating the vision for it. And like Oliver said, there's a lot of people that almost everyone that we talked about it were interested. It's just the commitment that people were struggling with, because like I said, it's a very ambitious thing to create. And it's not your typical startup business. So,
Yeah.
so we're like, okay, we'll entertain the idea. I'll get back to you in a couple of weeks. But I was like, if I don't take advantage of this opportunity now, someone else is going to do it first. And especially with the rise that was happening at the time of Asian Americans, there's Squid Game that was coming out. There was all this stuff that was happening. And there was just so much potential for it. So I was like, I needed to find people now that were very interested and people that we knew were the right people to partner with. So it did take a lot of network events. It took, hitting up people in my phone that I haven't talked to in years. It took traveling to a different states to go meet people for the first time, and talk about this stuff. So we were really on a grind and a mission. And at the whole time we were still building the project as we're going, because I just knew I had a flame for this idea. It was just a matter of making it come to life. And like I said, like when it came to the miracles of this happening, it all just came together, So that's kind of like how the process was for finding the people. But we went through, to answer your question, we went through probably maybe 20, 25 people that we talked to before we were able to find the right people. I don't know if that would be considered a lot or a little bit, but it was a lot of conversations. So it was a grind. It was a hustle for sure.
Yeah, I forgot who said it. Was it like Alex Hormozy or whatever? But like after like you get like a few rejections, you don't feel it anymore. You just keep on going. Yeah. Nice. So you onboard your partner Tyler. When did the rest of the North Star Boys came along? I see Justin, Ryan, Kane, Darren, and Reggie, and Olive. Oliver's right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we flew down to Texas. I DM'd Justin on Instagram. Because I saw that he was hanging out with a couple of his friends, which are also in the group. And we flew down to Texas to go meet with them and just to hang out and feel the vibe. and they did not know at all of what we were trying to put together. They just thought it was like a hangout session. So, we went to go meet with them. We really felt the chemistry, which is the most important thing. You really want to have a solid chemistry with the people that you're going to be living with. So that's very important. And half of them had plans to do college. The other half was in jobs. And then here comes, little Oliver and Sebastian running through and telling them about this idea and this dream. And it just so happens that they had similar interests and dreams as well. So they all everyone in this project honestly kind of just dropped what they were doing in life, and we all just moved down to California in a matter of a week and a half, 2 weeks.
I love it.
It was crazy. Like you don't just see these things come to life. We talked to parents about this idea and make sure everyone's comfortable with it. We had to make the whole structure, book flights, get Airbnbs, all that stuff.
How was the parents' conversation? I know my folks, they were like, "You're crazy for that."
Like,
I know you got a story.
when you talk to them, it's like most parents don't even understand social media that well. So it was some long conversations, and it took a lot of trust, which I'm glad. But we built a really good relationship with the parents of the groups, and everyone is kind of just all family now. Like literally this weekend, since we're in Florida, I'm about to take the whole group and we're about to go meet my mom now. So I've met, I think everyone's parents already in California. Even in the Philippines, we're just in the Philippines and meeting Reggie's family in a whole different country. It's just amazing to see. And everyone, really believes in this project, and they're really proud of, the parents are really proud of their kids as well, to see what we accomplished in such a short amount of time. So relationship there is really good.
I love it. And as far as like the rest of the group, did you like already know them? Was it like through like just kind of like referral, and like what were their followings at the time and their backgrounds?
So a lot of them didn't have a very big following at all. They never really took social media seriously, and I don't think that they even would know. I don't know. We met them all together. They were already together as a friend group. So they were all down for it. So
nice.
It was, like I said, it was amazing to see it.
Yeah,
it all just worked out.
Some of them range from 5,000 to 10,000 followers on Instagram, maybe 15,000 followers here and there. But now they're doing so well. They're surpassing numbers that surprise us even, and I would say that is the power of the stars. We owe everything to them, and it's because of such the stars and what they have done to the fandom and the community. They've built so much within the fandom stars that they're so strong and passionate, and it's the most beautiful thing to see. So everything we do in North Star Boys, we owe it to the stars, and we dedicate everything we do to the stars. So if there's any stars watching this, thank you.
I love it. So like being in a group, there's there's gonna be like pros and cons. Could you guys like go over just kind of go over that? I'm not trying to make it kind of like a negative vibe, but just like just like knowing the logistics behind like being in a group and all that stuff.
If there was anything negative, I would be honest and I would tell you, but everyone here we're best friends. Actually, I would even go and say that we're family. I think the worst parts, the biggest con we have is the dishes. It's for real, like random moments that throughout the nights would just be I guess getting a bowl of cereal, and the boys and I even would just leave it inside the sink and would have a fat load of dishes for the morning. But it's all good though. It's nothing too big. But there's so many pros that outweigh the cons, to be honest.
Absolutely. It's amazing. It's like this is our new family now. We've been living with each other almost every day for the past year, so it's been really nice.
And just to like list out some of those pros, you did mention like like best friend, family. Is there anything else as far as like pros?
Of course. I mean, a project like this takes team effort and teamwork. So just kind of working together is an amazing thing to see, when you have a ton of people in a house just running around getting work done. It's amazing, and it looks like we can be very efficient at times. So it's just amazing to see everyone believe in a project and work really hard, dedicate our lives to it. So I would say that it's a huge pro, to see that.
On top of that, even content creation, It's always more satisfying and more enjoyable creating content with people around you that have this burning passion for the same thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that that's a big pro in my eyes, to be able to wake up every single day and go downstairs and see 6, 7, 8, 9 people in the same room wanting the same goal in life, and that is to inspire other Asians out there, and
Mhm.
to make this dream into a reality that we all share.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And within the North Star Boys, you have like your like you guys got that big goal you're working towards. Um, how do you make I guess like how do you guys make a group and like I guess like make decisions? Like maybe like half of the group wants to go like this way on this project, or the other half wants to go on like this way in this project. How do you guys like overcome those hurdles?
A lot of the decisions we make in North Star Boys is a team effort. And at first it was a little different, to be honest, because the members of North Star Boys, they were so fresh and so new in social media that they really trusted Sebastian and I when it came to decisions in what we do for social media.
Mhm.
But now that we are 1 year into the project now, to be honest, they've grown so far into their own unique personalities and such as that I trust them in their own opinions, and I take what they say into consideration when it comes to the direction of North Star Boys,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, we
it
would
really is a beautiful thing.
it is. It's amazing to see a group effort when it comes to ideas and decisions. We've had a countless amount of meetings and brainstorm sessions. We started off the first few months doing a 9 a.m. meeting every day. So every single 9 a.m. we would all come together. We'd pull out the whiteboards, we do what we need to do, the laptops, and just kind of brainstorm, come up with ideas, see how we can always improve. And when a group of people come together that have a similar goal in mind, it's amazing to see everything kind of fall into place. So everyone does bring
Mhm.
a lot to the table. It is a team effort, team collaborative, and yeah. So it's been really good there for sure.
Mhm. Shoot, where do I like submit my application to join?
Come on,
Man,
man.
LA is only what 10 hours from Utah from where I'm at. So man, you guys living a good life. Man, I thought it was gonna be a good life, but man, that sounds so amazing. But nice. So I guess like if you guys had to put it in like a step by step, you guys kind of already like went over it, but like if you had to put it like step like 1 through 3, 1 through 5, like what would be your steps as far as like anyone else looking to create their own like group, kind of like something similar to what you guys are doing?
I would say it first starts with the passion, of why are you doing this group? And then number 2 and 3, I would say, is the mission statement and vision. There's a lot of and not to knock any groups down in any way, but I have seen, since we've been on social media for 6 years, we have seen so many groups come and go. And I would say the reason that a group doesn't stay is because they never had a mission statement or a vision to begin with.
I mean, if you just look at our name alone, North Star Boys, what is a North Star? North Star is an end goal, it's a vision.
Mhm.
So the biggest advice I would give people is to find your North Star. What do you want to become in life? What do you want to achieve? And it all really just starts there. And then from there, you can always work backwards and make it come to life.
Another thing I want to share as well, I think this would be like the fourth implementation on starting a group. It would be culture. It's so easy to fall under the trap of looking for the numbers. Oh, we need followers, we need likes, we need this and that and this and that. But if you don't have the culture to begin with, when it comes to the internal people, even the media team, even the people behind the scenes, like if there's no culture implemented, then there's no drive. There's no, media team members or talent members, managers waking up in the morning and even saying that I'm here for a reason.
Mhm.
So that would be like the fourth thing that you want to put together is, the culture, and building this culture to be comfortable, to be enjoyable, to be family oriented. You don't want you don't want problems happening within the group
Mhm.
because things will fall short so fast and so easily. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
one thing that I appreciate every member and honestly every single person within North Star Boys is that even though I'm 21 and Sebastian's 19 and our members are the same age as us, we're all mature to a certain extent. And in our YouTube videos, we like to have our childless selves come out into our personalities. But when it comes to friendship and relationships amongst the group, we take that very seriously.
Mhm.
And whenever there's a problem that happens, the members they take care of it right away in a very mature way as well. And that's something that I respect amongst everyone in this group.
Mhm. I love that. Just kind of like how you guys know how to like know when it's fun time, know when to be serious, you know? That's like a big thing, just kind of having that balance. One question that came up to me was like, how did you guys come up with your name? Because I know like when it comes like with names and logos, you can't like come up with the stuff like right on the spot. It comes by inspiration, you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I wish we have a list. We might have a list somewhere of other names we were gonna choose, but they were I don't know. I think Oliver was the one that came up with the
So
name.
yeah, actually a little bit into the details. Sebastian came to me one day after his crazy dream of this Asian American content group, and he said, "Oliver, we're doing this." And I was like, "Whoa, hold your horses, like let's put together a plan." Please. But I've always loved the term North Star. Sebastian and I, growing up, our mom, she always, explained to us growing up to follow our North Star. So putting together our mission statement and vision, Sebastian and I, we came together and we're like, oh, what is the North Star of this group? And then it just so happened that it just clicked in my brain that it's just like, why don't we call the group North Star Boys? And after I told that to Sebastian, like Sebastian, he was like, he just looked at me and was like, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with the name North Star Boys. And yeah, it's history from there.
I had to check Instagram to see if the username was available on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. Check for the domains and
available?
everything. Yeah.
It's available. We're doing it. We're going with it. And then we're like NSB. NSB is a cool term as well.
NSB is cool.
And then calling our stars. I fell in love with that idea because
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one that people look up to as the star. Going back to what I said earlier, we owe everything to our fan base, to our supporters, because without them, we wouldn't be here. So that's why we call them the stars. They are the superstars, to be honest. We are a vessel of, people that create content and we're passionate about it. But to be honest, without our superstars, we wouldn't be anywhere where we are now.
Thank you for sharing that. It's crazy how just like when you find like the one, whether it be like a name or just like even like people you're gonna onboard into like your team or group or whatever, it's crazy how like your intuition, how it's like, right, you know, like, all right, like I'm not sure about this, but my intuition's saying just go for it, just trust yourself, you know. So man, I love that. And it's crazy how it's not like a unique thing, a unique thing that happens to like a small percentage of people. We all have this little ability to kind of like pick up on like, I need to go down that road, you know. So I love it. So how do you guys like monetize your audience?
Sebastian.
Yeah, I mean, there's many ways to. There's ads, mid-roll ads on videos. There are products that you can sell, and it's an interesting question because after doing social media for quite a while, we learned that people on social media are constantly fed bad products all the time, and it usually just is a product of hype and stuff like that. So whenever we started this project, we were like, okay, we really want to give people quality this time, and we wanted to make sure that whenever we give anything to our public, to the public or our fans, we want to make sure that it's the best of the best that we can possibly give. So there's many ways to monetize through social media. There's music. I mean, there's a ton. I think in total we probably have maybe 10, 15 revenue streams just coming in every day. So it's just about finding different ways to monetize. But
Yeah, thank you for saying that. And is that through like just like through TikTok? Is it like all on social media? Do you guys have like just like um maybe like other things going for you? Could you walk me in through
Absolutely.
that?
Yeah, a new endeavor that is super, super fascinating to me, and I'm incredibly passionate about it. Is a project that we've been working on for almost a year. Almost a year we've been working on, but it just now got released to the public. It's called Muti. Muti is something called a ghost kitchen. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the
Oh yeah, I've heard
concept,
of that. Yep.
but it is the first of its kind of boba tea,
Mhm,
and it's called mu tea because mu is a Chinese word that stands for tree or wood.
mhm,
So the whole idea of is that a portion of our proceeds are going to be donated to a foundation that we partnered with called the One Tree Foundation, and
mhm,
every dollar that we donate is one tree planted. So doing this mu tea, basically we partner with a bunch of restaurants that make boba tea. It could be a kitchen, and then we partner with them, give them the recipes, and they start selling it. And fans across the world can order it through their online delivery apps such as
mhm,
DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Grubhub, whatever it is, whatever the case is that you use. And it's very fascinating. I think that when you mix together a good idea for a business
mhm,
mixed in with ways that it can help the environment, it's something that can spark an incredible passion, because I just think
mhm,
about the amount of forests that we could be creating in the near future with so many trees that we plant, and
mhm.
think about all the life and animals and bugs and life, like literally life that is going to be created through this stuff. So I just think it's amazing that we can do good to the world through selling boba.
Mhm. I love it. And it's crazy because like once you get up to a certain like level, like views, money, like whatever it is, it tends to like not sure like having more of it, it's like cool, but like purpose is more meaningful, kind of like having that like just like I don't know, like helping out the environment or the people, like that purpose. It just goes like it like you're just able to sleep better at night, by
Purpose
having
is
a
everything.
purpose. Hmm.
Yeah. Purpose is incredibly important. It keeps driving people, and it keeps there's something going. So, when you have a purpose, when you have your North Star, then it creates dedication, I think. So purpose is very important.
And that brings me to my next question as far as like, and I know we kind of tapped on it like a little bit earlier, but we're just gonna dive a little bit deeper into it. But like, how does like everything you guys are doing now, how is that bringing fulfillment into your life as far as like people you're impacting? Could you share us like a few stories? Maybe like from like your stars, maybe like like your team itself, you guys?
Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible to hear stories from our supporters and fans and how we've impacted their life for the better. And I think that really is what keeps me going, is the community that we've built and the amount of people that wake up every day and feel purpose because of what we're doing and the community that we're building here. So there's been countless amount of encounters with people about saying that we inspired them and we're helping them with their life and all that good stuff just through what we're doing. So I think that's one of the biggest key components of what we do is the people that we can impact positively.
I would say that when you're giving back to the world and to communities, what you do becomes bigger than who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what North Star Boys have become. It's much bigger than who I am as an individual. And I would say that it's even much bigger than who Sebastian and I are together. What we do has impact. And when you put that in perspective, and you hear the things that the stars have to say when it comes to them finding enjoyments in just watching our content, and into Muti, being able to partner with One Tree Foundation and to give back to the world, it's so much bigger than just one person.
Mm-hmm.
And that definitely continues to drive us and motivate us to continue to do what we do.
I love it. I love it. I know how that feeling feels because like even with me, like my journey as well, everything's purpose based, because like numbers say they come and go, but that purpose, I mean that it just like it fills all the voids everywhere, So
Absolutely.
nice. So, do you guys have any exciting plans for the future? I know you guys released some music recently. Could you like dive a little bit deeper into that?
Yes, we just released our debut single called Sunshine. It dropped a week ago. Actually, no, 2 weeks ago, and the music video just dropped 1 week ago, and it's doing amazing. The stars love it. But a goal and plan that I have for the near future is to release a debut album.
Mhm.
And I don't have the dates as of right now, but I have the music. One thing that we're all very passionate of in Northstar Boys is music, and that's something that we focus on every single day, every night. I have the boys actually they knock on my door in my bedroom to come hop on a couple of songs.
Mhm.
So in the past year, starting Northstar Boys, we recorded over 100 songs, and I just got into producing music and engineering music 2 years ago. So I just surpassed 200 songs, and I have it all on hard drives and whatnot. So it's just a little passion that I built 2 years ago that I never thought that I would have the opportunity to release to the world, because it was more so just like a little passion project, you know. But then through Northstar Boys and NSB, I found an open door, an opportunity to be able to have an audience that is hungry for music. So to be able to share this music with them is something that is unexpected, but it's something that is truly a blessing. And I do not take that for granted, not at all.
Alongside that, we're really excited to hopefully continue traveling the world, to put together events and do shows with our and meet all of our fans in person, and just continue building this good community that we have. We just came back from the Philippines in Manila, and it was our first time outside the country for Oliver and I. And it was just amazing to see the different cultures and see, our stars in real life, people that have been supporting us for a very long time, and we're able to see them in person. It really creates such good energy around. So something that really excites me is to hopefully continue traveling across the world. There's no the sky's the limit. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to continue doing that.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
traveling outside the country, it'll open your eyes. You're like, wow, it's like a whole new world to explore.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Were you gonna say something, Oliver?
Yeah, I was saying that the world is our oyster. It's a saying
Yep.
that we started saying about a year ago.
Yep. I love it. And like you can pretty much do like, like whatever man or woman can dream of, man or woman can do it. So yep, I'm a firm believer as far as like you like just gotta make you first gotta have that vision and purpose in place. And after that, just go out there and make it happen. So yeah, I love it. Just to close things up, I just got to just kind of like some fun questions, kind of like and on a little like loose note, but like if you guys could do it all over again, what would you do differently?
That's an interesting question.
That is an interesting question. Nothing.
I don't think I would change anything.
To be honest, I think that if let's say something happened to this universe and we did go back, I think that things would be different for the worst, to be honest, because one thing about Northstar Boys is that it's like puzzle pieces. Everything in Northstar Boys fell in place perfectly, and it's not exactly how we wanted it to go. But one thing that's I actually talked to Sebastian about, and I've realized about 4 or 5 months ago, and this is when Northstar Boys was going through, through some times, I would say. It wasn't in our plans that these things were happening in our lives and for Northstar Boys, but I was thinking, like, let's say for an example, an analogy that I like to think of is that you have a book, okay? This book is your life. And yes, you could be the author of your book. But many books have co-authors and they have multiple authors. And one thing that I've been thinking about in the past 4 or 5 months is that, yes, even though that we are an author of our book, we're not the only author of our book. I would say that God is the co-author as well of our book. And if we want in our book the things that only the words that we want in the book, then yes, it could be that way, but there's no room for the beauty to happen. The unexpectedness the craziness that you never expected to be in your life happen. And you may even find yourself a couple months later saying, you know what, like, even though I never planned for that to happen, it turned out way better than my initial plan. So that's also a beauty in North Star Boys, is that you know, God has got our back, and he's co-writing our story along with us.
You know, a lot of people are they're really hungry for the end destination. But something that I learned along the way is that you really have to enjoy the journey. So you ask, you know, what would you change in the past? The answer has to be nothing, because everyone on this earth only has a certain amount of time to be on this earth. So everything always happens for a reason. You got to go through it, you know? Not every time is going to be good. Of course, you're going to go through struggles and hurdles that you have to jump over, but that's a whole part of everyone's story. So there's absolutely nothing I would change. And we're always going to continue to always try to do better and improve.
I love those answers, and I love like one quote someone told me was the key to a long life is it's contrast. So like the contrast between like your worst days and your best days, and that like that space in between, that's like the level of like happiness. So I love that. And Oliver, I'm gonna have to steal your that book analogy. I never heard that before, so I'm gonna have to steal it. But hey, I'll quote you back on it. And then my last question for you two is what is something you could do every day that makes you happy?
Every day, learn something new. Every day, learn something new. Whether it's, even if it's a little hobby or something, you know, I like to always be open-minded to trying new things. Even if it's something as simple as playing tennis, you know, for the first time. So I think, you know, exploring new things and just being open-minded to new opportunities is something that keeps me happy every day and keeps me motivated and to keep going.
Yeah, for myself, it would definitely be music. I find music so fascinating. You can have a terrible day, but then you can create the most beautiful song out of it. So, you know, I never get bored of creating music, and I think that that's going to be a part of my life for a really long time, to be honest.
I love it. Yeah, I love those answers. But hey, you know, like, thank you, Oliver, Sebastian, for coming on the Finding Your Purpose podcast. It's just like phenomenal. I mean, just like a whole bunch of gold nuggets, you know. I enjoyed talking to you guys, and there may be a knock at your door like later today. Just saying, you know, just open it. Yeah, just saying, just open it.
For Saturday night.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, John, for having us a part of your podcast. It's been a pleasure, and so you have wonderful questions. And you, as a person as well, you seem to be a very smart person, and as an individual, a very caring guy. So thank you again for having us on here.
Thank you so much. I wish the most success for all your endeavors, and hopefully whoever's listening to this right now can go home learning something new or finding inspiration. So thank you for allowing this to happen.
And I'll have their links down below in the description. Just like all their socials, their music, and all that stuff right there. But hey guys, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. See ya.
Thank you.